what is your name and in which country were you born?
Hi, my name is Daniel Hayden and I was born in England. Hertfordshire is the county to be exact.
Where did your passion for physics come from?
I think my passion for physics grew out of the questions that my parents used to ask me when I was a child. So, I might run up to them and ask why the water would go down a plug hole a certain way. And it isn't that they wouldn't give me the answer, but they'd encourage me to go and experiment and try and find out what the answer was before they give me the answer. And so when I came to go to school and to university, it seemed a natural way for me to go towards physics, because there you got to do investigations, carry out experiments, and try and answer questions eventually that no one currently knows the answer to. And that really attracted me to the field.
How did you come to be a physicist at CERN and work for MSU?
So after I was at secondary school, I went on to university, and there I studied a broad range of physics. And towards the end of that, I kind of became interested in two particular areas, astrophysics and particle physics. So when I was coming to look to do a PhD, to carry on doing research after my degree at university, I was looking at the universities which were seen to be good for particle physics research, and then I decided to go there because CERN was starting up at the time, and it was a very interesting time for the field of particle physics. And then towards the end of my PhD, for the research that I'd carried out, I heard that MSU, which is a very well-known institution for particle physics research, was also doing research in the area that I had been working. So we got talking, and I ended up applying for an interview and getting a position as a postdoc at MSU.
What research are you currently working on?
The research I'm currently undertaking is looking for physics beyond the standard model. So you may have heard about the standard model of particle physics and the recently discovered Higgs boson, which actually fits within that standard model. Well, there are many people at CERN who are also looking for physics beyond that standard model, so phenomena which are currently observed or thought to exist, but we haven't found evidence for. And so one of the things that I'm looking for is something called the Z prime. Now that won't mean much to most people, but it's essentially a heavier version of one of the standard model particles we already know, and could fit into many of these beyond the standard model physics models, including grand unified theories and so forth. And one other thing that's very exciting about that is that a Z prime is theoretically a particle that you see very quickly when you turn on at these higher energy scales, which the LHC is able to provide for the first time.
What do you like most about what you do?
I think, as well as answering the questions, you try and answer some of the bigger questions that are currently not explained by science, is the communication with people. So, if I get stuck with a problem or I want to know something, when you're at CERN, you can just go down the hall and talk to another expert in that field. So you've got people just down the corridor which have the information you need to know. And, and that goes backwards and forwards. So as well as the work, I like the communication side of things.
What sports and other activities are you doing outside of working hours?
So we have a gym here at CERN, which I'm very pleased about. So I get to exercise at the beginning or the end of the day. And also some friends and I regularly play squash and badminton. So we play amongst ourselves, but also there's a mini tournament set up at CERN. So you get to play against people you haven't met before and so forth, and usually pretty good. And then down in Geneva, of course, you have Lake Geneva or Lake Le Mans, and you can go swimming there in the summer when it's hot. And then in the winter, I'm a novice skier, but I'm trying to get better, as well as hiking up some of the hills and mountains around the local area.
Okay, thank you very much.